identity. He would have been living by what people are saying about him. That's why you see some persons in Christendom, in social life, political aspect, or being a leader, whatever you are, you see a lot of things happening to you because you are trying to please people. You are trying to do what they said. Or you are not living according to what you are hearing about yourself. So at the end of the day, because you have lost a contact with God, you have lost your identity with God, you are not yourself again. Do you know sometimes when you look, when people talk about you, there are things you check when somebody is talking or when people are talking about you. Try as much as possible who is talking. That is the first thing you check. Who is the person talking? Number two, whatever the person is saying, will that thing change your life? Is it adding to your life, or is subtracting from your life? Or is even killing your identity? Then number three, whatever he's saying, is he agree with what God said concerning your life? You know, sometimes when we keep judging ourselves, or when we keep judging, when we program our mind because of what people are saying about us, there are certain things that now affect all our system. It's like when you get to a mirror, for instance, to look at yourself. You know, when you look at yourself on a mirror that is very clean. If I say a mirror that is very clean, from head to toe is clean. You know, you see your original self. Your beauty is in view. But when you stand before a mirror that has been broken in pieces, it's still mirror. You are not going to see your complete self, because there are some places that has been scratched. So there are certain persons talking to you, they are not full, they are not complete. They are mirrors that has been scratched. So they are seeing him. You are not seeing yourself in part. The mirror is showing you, but it's not showing your real identity. That is the major reason you try as much as possible to keep working on your mind. Keep working on your mind. Keep working on your mind. Because your life, the strength of your life is what you say. What you say, that is the strength of your life. Satan is not against what people are saying about you. It's what you say concerning your life. You know what finished Adam in Genesis 3 was his mind. What finished Adam in Genesis 3 was his mind. The Bible said, cool of the evening, God will come to have fellowship with them. Genesis 3 verse 1 to 7. He will come and have fellowship with them. But the Bible said, that day Satan came to the scene and he asked Eve. He said, did God truly say you should not eat of the fruit in the garden? He said, God said we should eat of all the fruits in the garden, but the fruits in the midst of the garden we should not eat. But Satan deceived Eve and said to Eve, if you eat, he was working on his mind. He was working on his mind. If you eat of the fruit in this garden now, God knows that if you eat of that fruit, you will not be like him. Your eyes will be open to know what is good and what is evil. So Eve was deceived because he wanted to know what is good and what is evil, and he left his original identity while God made him. So that is the major reason you guide yourself. Scripture was speaking, he said guide your heart, because out of it are issues. Guide your heart, protect your heart, protect your mind, protect it. Not everything you hear should enter. Not everything you hear you should start thinking over or pondering over. Pastor John was speaking and he said the dreams. There are many people that have dreams, but it's carry over. It's what they have think, what they have ponder over. They have think in the day. So even in the night, in their sleep, in their subconsciousness, Satan will bring the dream. And they'll not say, oh, I saw a revelation. I saw this. No, sir. Do you know at the end of the day, Adam fell? Actually, Eve fell first. The Bible said he ate of the fruit. She began to see. She gave to the husband. The husband began to see. The Bible said, I think verse 6, it said, they now sewed cloth to cover themselves. They now sew cloth to cover them. Do you know, after they have covered themselves, do you know Satan left? Satan left. That is Satan for you. When Satan has worked on your mind and you have done what is evil, he will leave you alone. He will leave you. He will argue with you. That was the same thing he did to Jesus. That was the same thing he did to Jesus. He came to Jesus again in Matthew chapter 4. He came to him. He said, did God not say, I will put his angel charge over thee? He came again to work on his mind. So the problem in this world is your mind. Anytime you can occupy your mind, anytime you can guide your mind, there are issues you can never fall into. Look at verse 6. Look at what he said. He said to him, if that be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written. He's working on the mind again. That he shall give his angel charge concerning thee, and the hand shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash the foot against the stone. So Satan knows what God has ordained for his children. Satan knows the promises that God has reserved for his children. But Satan will not bring his own word to deceive his children. Do you know Jesus replied him? Jesus replied him. You can only say what you know. Just imagine Jesus' heart was empty. Jesus has nothing to reply Satan. He would have fallen the same way Adam fell. He would have fallen the same way Adam fell. But Jesus, he knew. That's why you need God's word. You need God's word. You need God's word. John 8:32. He said, they shall know the truth. And the truth that you know, not the truth you preach. Not the truth you hear. Not the truth you listen to. The truth that you know. The truth that you have accepted. The truth you live with. He said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make thee free. The truth you have accepted. There are people that listen to messages, criticize messages, even criticize the messenger, and yet the message can never be a blessing to them. So you try as much as possible to keep working on your heart. Working on your heart. The strength, the maturity of any believer or any Christian is the ability of God's word that you have swallowed to yourself, that have entered your spirit, that have entered your mind, that have entered. That is the major reason that when you stand against confrontation, you are in midst of challenges, in midst of battles, because you know what to say. Your mind is not polluted. Your mind is not empty. You know what to say. You know how to handle it. It will be easy for you to flow. But once your mind is corrupted, Satan did not tempt Jesus once. Matthew 4. He did not tempt Jesus once. When it was true in verse 7, he came again. When it was true in verse 9, he came again. So Satan keep coming. So don't think you don't need God's word. Don't think it's only yesterday you need God's word, or it's only last week you need God. No. Those fighting you, they are not folding their hand. Why are you folding your hand? So you keep renewing your mind. Keep renewing your mind. Ephesians 3 verse 20. He said, he that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that would think. Now to unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think according to the power that worketh within us. Asking, which is prayer. Thinking, which is your mind. So there are people that can pray, but they cannot think. Praying, barking, shouting, but they cannot think. So until your prayer agree with your thinking mindset, God cannot. So you try as much as possible. I believe God tonight that God has spoken to somebody. I believe God tonight that God has changed someone's life and someone's destiny. Now you understand that it is very, very, very necessary. Your spirit is a connection with God. Your spirit is born again. Your mind is a battlefield, but your body is not born again. Your body is not born again. Your mind is if I say battlefield, your mind is where decisions are taken. Your battlefield. That is where God said, I give you choice. Choose. So where you make choice, where you make decision is your mind. But this your flesh, no matter the cream you are rubbing, is not born again. Your body is not born again. That's why Paul was speaking in that Romans 12. He said, I beseech ye, brethren, that ye present your body as a living sacrifice. Is a continuous thing, as a living sacrifice. Putting your body under subjection. Your body must be under subjection. Anytime you see battles in your mind, your conscience is arguing or trying to debate for you. Should I do this? Should I do this? Is your body that is dictating what your heart is doing. That is the major reason you always put your body under subjection. Try not you cannot. It's like a car without a battery. It won't start. A car without a battery, even if it's a brand new car, as long as there is no battery inside, it won't start. So when you say you are born again, God gives you power to work on your mind. Your spirit is born again. No problem with your spirit. It's your connection between God. God is a spirit. John 4:24. For as many that must worship him in spirit and in truth. So your spirit is born again. But your mind, your soul is a battleground. But your body, your flesh is not born again. If you lie, fast and pray, it has nothing to do with the flesh. It will only subdue it. It does not kill it. It does not kill it. It does not kill it. So you make up your mind to keep working on your body, to keep working on your mind, and also keep connecting yourself to the Spirit of God. You see, when Peter, the same Matthew 16, verse 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, Peter said, when Jesus was asking the disciples, who do men say I am? The disciples responded. Peter now finally gave the answer because he had an auction. He had a connection to the throne of God. He has a connection to the Spirit of God. So he had a great direct answer to Jesus. And Jesus said, your name shall be called Simeon. Upon this house, upon this rock, your name will no longer be called Simeon, your name shall be called Peter. Upon this house will I build my church, and the gate of hell shall not prevail. If you read further, you discover that the same Peter, not another Peter, the same Peter, Jesus was trying to describe how he would die. Jesus was trying to tell them how he would be crucified. I will die 3 days, he will come back to life. The same Peter said, no, you are not going to die. And God rebuked him. He said, woe beside thee, Satan. So the same Peter, not another Peter. The two things happened there. The first one that happened was he had a connection with the Spirit. His mind was programmed, agreeing with the Spirit. So he had an auction. He had a direct message from God. He was able to interpret the mind of God. Now, he was not able to work on the mind again. Satan entered. So he was not trying to resist the assignment of Christ. And God knew, Jesus knew, and Jesus was able to differentiate the spirit that was working in him. That is why some leaders or some people make mistake. You can have a pastor, you can have people working under you. Sometimes Satan can enter them to say certain things. Not that they are bad, but a spirit just entered them. So if truly you are a great leader or you are a good leader, you should separate the person from the event. You should separate the person from the statement. You should separate the person from the action. Because somebody that prophesies now, the same voice of God can also be used when being allowed by Satan. I'll stop here because of time. So I just believe God, that God will work in our mind, God will work in our body, and also God will help us to be truly connected to His Spirit. You won't fail. I said you won't fail. Anywhere you are watching from, I pray for you, you won't fail. You won't fall. You won't falter. Your desire, your expectation in this 5th month of the year, speedily there will be an answer. God will do for you what you cannot do for yourself. So please stay connected. Don't forget, on Thursday and on Friday, we have 2 powerful nights of frustrating satanic laws. 2 powerful nights of frustrating satanic laws. There are evil decrees, there are evil statements, there are satanic statements and satanic laws against your life, against your family, against your assignment, against the body of Christ, against Christians, against anything connected to you. So we are going to handle them on Thursday by 5 p.m. Nigeria time, and also on Friday 5 p.m. Nigeria time. Like what I said, it is better you fast. It is better you fast. Fasting does not increase God. Fasting does not reduce God. Fasting only helps you to subdue your flesh. I'll rewind. Fasting does not increase God. Fasting does not reduce God. Fasting only helps you to subdue your flesh, to walk above your flesh. When you fast, reason for fasting is to abstain, not just from food alone, not just from food alone. You can abstain for certain things that gives you pleasure, just to hear God.